They laughed when she walked by with her mop. Careful not to leave streaks, Cinderella, one of them snickered, not even bothering to lower his voice. A couple of others chuckled, their tailored suits glinting under the overhead lights. Samantha didn't flinch. She'd heard worse. It was 9:17 p.m. at Holt & Sparks, one of Chicago's sleekest marketing agencies. The place reeked of espresso, expensive cologne, and ego. Samantha, Sam Miller, 28, walked silently through the glossy halls, pushing her cart, mop swaying gently like a flag of quiet resistance. She wore plain sneakers, faded jeans, and a navy blue hoodie. Her ID badge read, Night Maintenance, S. Miller. But no one ever looked that close. They just saw, cleaning lady. What they didn't see, the degree in marketing and communications from DePaul University, the honors thesis on community branding, or the way she used to pitch campaign ideas before she got pregnant. They didn't see the wedding ring she no longer wore. Or the 6-year-old daughter waiting at home, always asking, "Did you mop another castle today, Mommy?" Sam entered the executive conference room, empty now, except for crumbs and coffee cups. She sighed and got to work, humming under her breath. She liked this part, the silence, the chance to think. Tonight, a thick folder had been left open on the polished glass table. She never looked through confidential documents, but a single name caught her eye, Bridgetown Motors, termination of contract. Her breath hitched. Bridgetown was a huge client, and one she had studied back in college. She remembered everything about them. The logo redesign fiasco, the viral Twitter campaign that flopped, the CEO's awkward apology video. Sam knew exactly where they had gone wrong. She looked around. Nobody. Her heart raced. She reached into her hoodie pocket and pulled out a small notepad, the same one she used for grocery lists and reminders for Lily's school. She flipped to a clean page and, without thinking too much, started writing. Your problem isn't the product, it's the story. Bridgetown used to stand for power and pride. Now it feels cold. Bring back the legacy. Tell the story of the first family truck. Use nostalgia. Reconnect with working-class roots. She paused. Was she crazy? Probably. She tore the page carefully, folded it once, then again, and wrote one letter on the outside. S. She slid it under the folder, cleaned the table, and walked out. As she rolled her cart toward the elevators, the same group from earlier passed by. One of them mock saluted her. Don't forget the exec bathroom, sweetheart. Sam looked up, her eyes steady. It's already spotless, she said quietly. He didn't hear her. Or maybe he didn't care. But she did. And something told her, after tonight, everything was about to change. The office was buzzing. Not the usual caffeinated, deadlines are burning kind of buzz. This was different. Quieter. Focused. Like something had shifted under everyone's feet, and no one quite knew what it was yet. At 10:03 a.m. sharp, Victor Sparks, co-founder, CEO, and resident creative god of Holt & Sparks, burst into the Monday team meeting holding a crumpled note. Who wrote this? His voice cut through the glass room like a blade. He slapped the paper down on the conference table, and the room went still. 20 suits and blouses stared at each other. Blank faces. Awkward silence. No one moved. The note had no logo, no company letterhead, just raw handwriting on lined paper. But the words? They were gold. Victor read aloud. Your problem isn't the product, it's the story. Bridgetown used to stand for power and pride. Now it feels cold. Bring back the legacy. Tell the story of the first family truck. Use nostalgia. Reconnect with working-class roots. Then he looked up, sharp eyes scanning the room. This saved the account. Whispers. Eyebrows raised. Someone dropped a pen. Bridgetown called me this morning. They loved that directional pitch. Thought it was our new vision. They're not leaving. Not only that. Victor let out a disbelieving laugh. They want us to pitch a Super Bowl spot. Now it wasn't just whispers. It was full-blown chaos. Was it you, Alan? No, sir. Jess. No. I didn't write that. Victor narrowed his eyes. Look. I'm not angry. I'm impressed. I want to meet the brain behind this. Whoever you are, step forward. I'll double your salary today. But nobody moved. Because the author of that note, Samantha, was halfway across the city, pouring cereal into a chipped bowl while Lily tied her sneakers. She had no idea her note had reached the top. Later that evening, back at the office, Sam wheeled her cart into the same room. The lights were dimmed now, but something felt heavier. Important. The folder was gone. But next to the spotless table was a post-it note, freshly stuck to the glass. If you're come talk to me. I don't care who you are. Genius is genius. VS. Sam stared at it, heart pounding. She could tear it down. Pretend nothing happened. Stay invisible. Instead, she reached into her pocket. Another page from her notepad. She wrote a few lines, quickly, confidently. Bridgetown is just the beginning. Small towns are your blind spot. You're missing loyalty, not hype. Let me show you. She folded the note, placed it carefully on the table, and left. That night, Lily was coloring at the kitchen table. Mommy, can I give you something? Sam looked up. Lily held a drawing, a stick figure woman with a cape. Underneath, in big, uneven letters. My mom is the smartest hero. Sam smiled, tears in her eyes. You always told me to be brave like a lion, Mommy. Were you brave today? Sam nodded, slowly. Yeah, baby. I think I was. The next morning, Victor Sparks found the new note. And this time, he didn't ask who. He said, quietly. Find her. It's her. The room fell silent. Alan blinked twice. Jess covered her mouth. Someone in the back let out a confused laugh. Samantha Miller stood by the glass door of the conference room, still in her faded hoodie and worn sneakers, her cleaning ID badge barely hanging on. Victor Sparks looked at her and then at the others. Yes. It's her. The same woman they had ignored. Mocked. Called Cinderella behind her back. She was the genius. The silence was suffocating. Alan finally scoffed. You're telling me the janitor wrote those ideas? No offense, but, come on. Sam didn't move. She didn't flinch. Victor spoke again, slower this time. Not just wrote. She saved our biggest client. Twice. And she has more insight in one note than most of you put in a whole deck. Sam stepped forward. Her voice was quiet, but it carried. I didn't come here to humiliate anyone. I came here because I saw something broken. And I knew how to fix it. That's all. Victor nodded. That's more than most do. They gave her a trial. One client. One shot. Sam proposed a hyperlocal campaign for a small chain of auto shops in rural Illinois, focusing on legacy, trust, and community values. The agency rolled their eyes. But Victor backed her. When the campaign launched, phones rang off the hook. The shop saw record traffic. Reviews exploded online. The client cried on a Zoom call. Victor called her into his office that evening. I've had a good run, Sam. But I'm tired. This company needs new blood. A new brain. He leaned back and smiled. How would you like to run this place? 1 week later, Holt & Sparks was no longer Holt & Sparks. It was Miller Creative. The rebrand was subtle. Elegant. Sam didn't fire anyone, but the office felt different. Sharper. Quieter. The joke stopped. Alan apologized. Jess brought her coffee. And Victor? He stayed on, as a consultant. By choice. Sam moved her desk, not to the corner office, but to the team floor. If I'm going to lead, she said, I need to stay grounded. On her first official day as CEO, she wore the same hoodie. Not out of habit, but as a reminder. At lunch, she called Lily from the office balcony. Hey baby. Mommy's got something to tell you. Are you done cleaning the castle yet? Sam smiled, tears slipping down her cheek. Yeah, sweetheart. It's mine. As the day wound down, Sam walked past the janitor's closet where she used to keep her cart. She paused, then opened it. Inside, she saw her old mop, her gloves, and her beat-up notepad, the one that started it all. She picked it up gently, and smiled. Because sometimes, the people you overlook are the ones who rebuild the kingdom.
Thank you for listening to this story. If it moved you a bit, leave something, write a comment, like the video. It helps us grow the channel and create more stories. See you in the next story from Stories for Each Day.